In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make north of $8,000 per month from remote baseball training in as little as 30 days using my six-figure remote training blueprint. And that's without posting a bunch of random stuff on social media, hoping you're going to get athletes, shooting out a bunch of different cold DMs and trying to figure out some software or some program or some app that you need to use. By the end of this video, you're going to know how to scale north of $8,000 per month in remote baseball training. You can stop relying on a facility or your 9-to-5 or whoever for your income, and you can finally start building out your own coaching program and take control of your own time. And look, just so I'm not wasting anybody's time, this is for baseball coaches who want to make a full-time income in remote training, who actually think that it's possible, who are actually willing to make a bet on themselves and take action and not just sit around and wait for things to happen. So if that's not you, if you have a limiting belief thinking that, oh, I can't do it, or I can't post on social media, or I can't make money on the internet, then this video probably isn't for you. You can go ahead, look at my Instagram, see the other content, watch the other YouTube videos I'm gonna be posting on this channel. But if that is you, then you're gonna wanna stick around because I'm gonna show you exactly what you need to do in order to make a full-time income, $100,000 a year from remote baseball training. This is going to be way different than what you see big companies like Tread or Driveline or ATP or all these other big facilities, because they have a ton of money pumped into their company. They can market so much differently, right? They don't need to be as specific. They're trying to capture a gigantic audience. What I'm going to teach you how to do is build your own personal brand, build your own program, so that way you can be your own boss. All right, let's jump right into it. In this video, you're going to learn about how to make six figures doing remote baseball training. And you're sitting there probably thinking, Nick, that's not possible. You know, I need to have played in the major leagues. I need to spend a ton of money on ads. I need to be a social media wizard. I need to have a beautiful camera. I need to be an editing god. I need to know everything about technology. And to be honest, I thought the exact same thing when I first started, right? Like the biggest thing holding me back is I was like, who's going to listen to me? I don't have money to spend on ads, nor do I want to spend money on ads because I don't even know if they work. And I don't know the first thing about video recording and editing. And look, I never played in the major leagues. I didn't spend a ton of money on ads. I'm still not great with the camera and editing and all that stuff. And in the first 10 months of business, we did $250,000 in sales strictly doing remote baseball training, right? Like you don't have to, have this crazy big background in the major leagues. Like you don't need to be a tech wizard, software beast. Like you don't need all that stuff, but you do need to do the right things. It's all about the right inputs, getting you the right outputs over the right amount of time. If you do the right things every single day, then it's inevitable. Success is inevitable. And look, it didn't just work for me, right? These are some of my clients that I'm working with right now. You can see in the top left, Nick over there, Pro Point Catching, he's got 13,000 followers, but it didn't start that way, right? When he first came to me, he was working a sales job selling doors or glass or I don't know, something like that, something that nobody really cares about if you're a baseball guy. And he told me, look, dude, I got to get out of this job. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I know that this remote training is possible, right? He didn't have those limiting beliefs over himself that he, thought that this wasn't possible. He knew that he could do it. Started with 0 followers, created a brand new Instagram account. You can see now he's over 13,000 followers and doing remote baseball training full time for catchers. So it works for catchers. And then I got 2 hitting guys right there, right? Ian Jenkins and Drew Richard. They both have a ton of followers, right? That can be a little bit daunting to most people. And they think, oh, wow, like you need a ton of followers. But dude, these guys were not making money off their training. They were not doing this full time. They had to do, facility lessons. They had to, they got big followers, so they had to do brand deals. They couldn't just focus on their remote training. Like they were leaving so much on the table, because that they didn't know what to do, right? They were good at getting eyeballs, but eyeballs are cheap. A lot of people can get eyeballs. Not a lot of people can monetize those eyeballs and turn them into real paying clients who stay with you and love you and get amazing results, right? For example, Drew signed 12 people into his program. In the first 4 months, trying to do it on his own, right? He's trying to figure it out. He's like, why am I not getting people in? We start working together. In the first 3 weeks, he doubles that. He gets over 24, 25 clients in the first 3 weeks of working together. I mean, dude, like it's not like we just, bought him a bunch of followers or ran a bunch of ads. All we did was just implement this system and boom, now he's, getting a ton of guys to sign up with him. He's getting a ton of people reaching out. And at this point, like it's pretty much on autopilot. Like he's getting new people pretty much coming to him begging, hey, I want to work with you. How can I work with you? Right. But there is a way to do it. And so you see these 3 guys with the K next to their name. You think, oh, you need a ton of followers. Well, my boy JC here in the bottom right, not even 3,000 followers, right? And his follower count has grown recently, but he's doing remote training full time. He started off as one of our athletes that we were training and then transitioned into an assistant coach for me, and was kind of learning the ropes. And now he's doing remote training full time and he's going to grow. That follower count is going to grow. You're going to hear about him a lot because he's going to be using this system, right? So you might just think, oh, Nick, like you're just saying a bunch of words. Well, here is, some proof that I actually know what I'm talking about, right? These are real texts from my clients. Brother, closed 6 clients in the last week. Let's get some more. 6 clients in a week. What would that mean to you if you close 6 clients a week? That's 24 clients per month, right? 24 clients per month. What would that do to your life if you signed 24 new remote clients every single month? 15 sales in 7 business days, right? I don't know how good his math is right here. 20 a month at that pace. 15 sales in 7 business days, dude. Like, what would that do to your life if you made 15 sales in 7 business days? Especially, he's charging over $500 for his program. 15 sales for $500. You can do the math there, right? 5 this week already, 6 more calls to go. Like, people are just begging these guys to work with them. And you can see right here, here's the best month that I did, 32,000 in cash collected, right? That's not contract value. That's not, what we maybe made. Like, this is actually how much we collected over the month of May. And here's some more just in case you didn't believe me, right? 2 pay in fulls back to back. Early in the morning, $1,000 before he even ate lunch. And homeboy over here, calls me a god, right? Maybe a little of an expletive, maybe too high of praise, but you could see that like people think that this system is magic, but it's not, dude. It's simple. It's simple. You just have to know what you're doing. Over here, 5 this week, 4 closed at 12 or 255 now. 5 clients closed there, 1250 in the last week, right? 112 inbound DMs, right? That's not outbound DMs. Inbound DMs, 112. That would probably be super annoying if you got 112 inbound DMs, right? But imagine if every single one of them wanted to pay you money to be trained with you. You could hand choose exactly who you wanted to work with, right? You don't have to work with a ton of people in order to make this kind of money. You can choose who you want to work with if you're doing things properly, right? So here's what we're going to go over. I've been talking about, you can make all this money, you can get all these clients, you can have all this impact, you can choose your dream clients, right? But how do you actually do it? Well, this is what you need to do, right? The first thing you need to do, you need to attack your mindset, right? Most people have limiting beliefs over what they believe is actually possible. Number 2, if you're posting things on social media and you're not getting traction, you're not getting clients, you have a marketing problem. You're not targeting the right people. You're not making the content that is going to convert. Number 3, you need some sort of monetization structure in place. As you could see, I had, worked with 2 guys over 70,000 followers on just Instagram, and they weren't really doing much with their followers. They weren't monetizing them, right? So you need a mousetrap. You need a system that is going to monetize the following, the eyeballs that you're creating. And then number 4, you need some sort of structure. If you're a baseball coach and you got into this game, of coaching, it's probably because you played baseball and you want to make an impact in the game. You want to be the coach that you wish you had. You want to be the guy that you wish you had, right? But you need a structure around what you're doing. You can't just have people give you money for training and then never talk to them again. Because if you do that, you're a scammer, right? You want to actually have a program structure. You want to actually get clients results, because at the end of the day, that's what matters most, right? That's why we're in this game, is to grow the game. That's why I do what I do, to help you guys out there watching this who are thinking, oh, I don't know if this is possible. It is, but you have to do these 4 things, right? So we'll jump right into it. First thing, mindset, right? Your mindset is absolutely huge. It's the first thing you have to attack, and you have to think with an abundance mindset. The pond out there is ginormous. There's 1 million high schools in the United States, right? Let's say it's exactly 1 million people out there in the United States, or 1 million high schools, right? There's probably 30 people in each high school program, right? Like, let's just say there's 30 people in each high school program. There's 1 million high schools. That's 30 million people. The pond is huge. The pond is huge. You need to reframe in your mind what's actually possible, because you can really do anything with it, right? You can see I had a catcher, I had a couple hitters, and I have a pitcher, and they're all doing it, and they're all doing it in their own way, right? The way that they want to teach their style of hitting, catching, pitching, throwing, whatever it is. It doesn't matter if you know you're in one specific sect of baseball. You can take it whatever direction you want. And so this third point, I think, is probably the biggest mindset shift that I make people, or that I get people to make, is, look, in order to make $100,000 a year doing remote baseball training, you only need 40 clients paying you $49 a week. Think about that. You only need 40 people paying you $49 a week to make $100,000 a year doing remote baseball training, right? You probably know, if you're a coach already at a facility, you probably know 40 people who are paying more than $49 a week to train with that facility, right? So what makes you think that you can't get 40 people to train with you, right? One of the biggest things that I hear people say is that, like, oh, I can't compete with like a big facility, right? Like a big baseball brand. Let's talk about Tread, ATP, Driveline, companies like that. Not everybody wants that, and not everybody can afford, you know, $500 a month for 12 months. Not everyone can do that for their child, right? So your advantage is your connection. Your advantage is the relationship that you can develop with the clients, right? With the athletes. That is your advantage. Most of the time when people go to a big facility, they just feel like a number. They feel like they're just in there to be generated for revenue, right? To make the company money, and then they just post their best players to get more people like them, right? I'm sure if you're watching this, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but you don't want your athletes to be just another number, right? You want to actually connect with them, because that's how they're going to get the best results, right? So that's mindset. Number two, marketing, right? If you're posting on social media and you're not getting traction, you're not getting people to sign up with you, you're not getting, you know, the results that you want, you need to see social media as a business tool, right? You need to target the right people with the right message, right? It's not about trying to get as many people on your page as possible, right? If you have 1,000 followers and 4% raise their hand, that's all you need. 4% raise their hand and say, I want to work with you. $49 a week to work with you, $7 a day, right? You only need 4% of those people to raise their hand. Let's say you have 20,000 followers, and the number goes down even more. What's that, 0.2% of your following, right? You don't need that many people. You just need to target the right people. The people who, when you post something on social media, are going to be like, he knows exactly what I'm doing. He knows exactly what my problems are. He knows exactly how to help me. And that's why I want to train with him. That's your gigantic advantage as a one-on-one coach, right? So once you got your marketing dialed, you got to have a monetization structure in place, right? I mentioned it earlier, you need a mousetrap, right? It's more than just eyeballs. You need to set something up to where it's a consistent process that makes it easy to train with you. You want people to be able to reach out and engage with you and get on the phone with you and walk through all their problems, and you can help them solve them, right? But if you don't have the monetization structure set up, if you don't have a way that people can actually say, hey, I want to train with you, let's learn more. If you don't have information on your page about what people get when they train with you, why would they ever train with you if they don't know what they're getting? It doesn't make any sense. Would you train with somebody if you didn't know what you were getting? Absolutely not, right? And then I kind of jumped around there, but here's my prime example, right? This dude had 73,000 followers. Drew had 73,000 followers, and he only had 12 new signups in 4 months. Your follower count, I'm sorry guys, doesn't matter, right? There are people with hundreds of thousands of followers that can't seem to figure out the remote game, that can't seem to figure out how to monetize their following. All they can do is, get a brand to say, hey, we'll pay you money to make a post about it, right? And you probably didn't get into coaching, or you probably don't want to get into remote coaching where you're doing your own thing to just be a puppet for somebody else and post whatever they want you to post, right? You should be able to post what you want to post. You should be able to have your own following, to have your own methods, to have your own ideas, right? And you can't do that if you're relying on somebody else for your income. You need to be able to take control of your income with a monetization structure, right? And so number 4, right, the structure of the program, right? Technology can be daunting, especially for an ex-athlete, and I totally get that. I'm not a super big tech guy, but I was able to figure out how I could, put together a program, how I could put something in an easy, deliverable way, to that way the athletes can get the best results. Because like I said, the results are the most important thing, right? If you're really in this game to make an impact and help kids and do the things that you wish somebody was doing for you, or maybe you had a great coach and you want to carry that on and help more people, then you need to have some sort of structure, right? And a lot of people probably get overwhelmed by this little AI bot I got on the screen right here, right? And you're probably thinking, oh, I don't know anything about AI. Well, AI is a lot easier to use than you think. Like, what if you could automate 90% of your day-to-day tasks, of your little administrative tasks, to where you could focus entirely on coaching your guys? Like, how much better results would they get? Honestly, think about it. If all you had to do was get on the phone with either potential athletes or athletes that you're working with and help them solve their problems and help them get better, how much better results would you get? 1,000,000 times better, right? And there's a way to do it, but you have to have a structure. You can't free ball it. I tried free balling it. It doesn't work, right? You gotta have some sort of structure. Learn from my mistakes. I already got the scars, right? I'm trying to give you the lessons. I'm trying to give you the story so that way you don't have to make the same mistakes that I did, right? So just a quick recap. You're going to have to make a mindset shift. You're going to have to target the right people, and you're going to have to monetize the people that you targeted, right? If you do not generate enough money to do this full time, and it takes away attention, and you have to do another job, you're not going to be as good of a coach. You're not going to be able to have, number 4, the structure that you need. You're not going to have the program that you need, and you're not going to have the impact that you want, right? So you have to do these 4 things in this order if you want any chance at being able to make this a reality. So if you're a baseball coach and you want to actually make $100,000 a year from remote training, you want to take ownership of your own income, you want to have a bigger voice in the game, and you don't want to send out a bunch of cold DMs. You don't want to just guess on social media what you need to be posting. You don't want to click a bunch of buttons, wasting all your time trying to figure out some new software, automation, something like that. Then look, book a call down below. It'll be in the description of this video. We'll walk through exactly what you need to be doing. And if we're the right fit, then we can get started today. But look, again, if you're not that guy, then totally get it. If you think that it's not possible, if you think that it's not you, if you don't think that you can actually scale to $100,000 a year in remote baseball training, then you can go to my Instagram, watch all my content there, watch the other YouTube videos I'm gonna be posting here. You'll get a ton of value out of that for free. And so at this point, man, you really have 2 options, right? Your first option is, look, everything that I just showed you, you could probably figure it out yourself. That's exactly what I did, right? I figured it out myself. I spent all the time. I spent 18 months trying to figure all this stuff out, right? But I'm not going to lie to you. It's incredibly difficult. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of hard work, and the path is not going to be easy, right? And your second option is you can just learn from all my mistakes, book a call with me. I'll show you exactly what I did, copy and paste the exact same system into your business. And that way you can just skip all the mistakes that I made, learn from all the lessons, get all the stories, all the experiences without the scars that I had to go through when I was trying to figure all this stuff out. All right, so if you see here on the screen, I just kind of wanted to show you like an example of a website that I built for Drew. Drew tried to make a website on his own, but it really wasn't really working for him. He only got 12 new people to sign up in 4 months. And, we doubled that in 3 weeks. So don't even worry about having to like set this up or like, different softwares or automations or what the process is, or, how, like, what are you supposed to post? Like, how do you even get started? Like, I'll show you exactly what you need to do from start to finish, help you make the website, help you get all the systems set up. And that way, literally, you can just focus on coaching and getting more athletes and putting your voice out there and showing people who you really are. Okay, let's say you do want to work with me, right? Let's say you do want to actually take control of your life. You do want to make a full-time income, $100,000 a year from remote baseball training. Just stop for a second and think, what would that do for your life, right? If you could finally take control, take ownership of your own coaching program, of your own coaching style, what would your life look like, right? How much better of results would your athletes get if you could focus specifically on who you wanted to work with, just work with those guys? What would their results look like? Their results would be insane. You'd probably feel a lot better about yourself because you're making more money, you're getting better results, you're helping more people, and you're chasing your dreams, not helping somebody else build theirs. So if that's what you want to do, if that's what you're all about, then I guarantee you that I can help you. Just click the link down below, book a call with me. We'll jump on the phone. If you're the right fit, we can get going. So with that being said, I hope you got a ton of value out of this video. Take a look at my Instagram, got a bunch of content I'm gonna be posting there. Stay tuned for the YouTube channel. I'll be posting a bunch of free content on it as well, and hope to see you in the next one. Peace.